Okay. Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad bin Shahrullah. Now I will explain to you about the introduction of biopellet. The development of bioenergy and biofuels are growing rapidly for its uses and applications can replace fossil fuels. So basically, our product biopellet is created based on bioenergy and biofuels concept. Biopellet is a must-have product since wood pellet demand is greater than wood pellet supply in 4 season countries. So its application is the same as fossil fuels, but it has lower negative effects to the environment. Biopellet carbon emission is lower than the fossil fuels carbon emission, which is for the biopellet 7 kg carbon dioxide per gigajoule, and whereas the fossil fuels emit 80 kg carbon dioxide per gigajoule. Okay, next I will move to the problem statement. So we have identified 4 challenges for our product. The first one is labor intensive. The second one is produce health risk. The third one, it will contribute to the environmental problem. And the fourth one is the require more maintenance in equipment. So the first one is the labor intensive. So why it is called labor intensive? This is because we need to use the biopellet manually, such as when we want to use it for the boiler, we need to manually loading it into the boiler, which is why we need the more manpower. That means it is labor intensive. The second one is it can contribute to the health risks. This is because when we use biopellet, it will produce carbon dioxide emission, even though it is less produce carbon dioxide than fossil fuels. But if we use it in a large usage, it can still produce health risks to the people surrounding.
For market feasibility analysis, we use venture opportunity screening analysis, or also known as VOSA, which we will take into account the venture opportunity profits following the market, value added, product durability, and market size potential and market growth rate. So, the market value added and product durability, for market and value added, the score is high, which is it is better than other products. So, but the product durability and market size potential with market growth rate, the score is 2. It is because the market growth rate, we know that the market growth rate, the market is important in the Asian region and the Europe region, but the Europe region, it will be hard for us to score in that region. For market trends, the data is from year 2015, which we can see here. We have a region from Asia, other Europe, rest of the world, European Union, North America, and Russia. Okay, so the comparison is being made here between the wood pellet consumption and the wood pellet production, which is there are certain country which the consumption is higher than the production, which we can state here. The demand is higher than supply. That is the reason we want to join into this business venture. And the focus of the target market for my company, for Heaven Shah, we would like to involve in the market for Asian region and Malaysian. In Malaysia, we have industrial player and IKS, industri kecil and sederhana. Which for IKS, we are going to have a collaboration with government bodies. I guess. Here, I would like to introduce you to our competitors. We have other company who are actually producing wood pellets. Okay, the first competitors is Lignetics Premium wood fuel pellets. Okay, this company are using high quality woods, and it produce more heat less than 1% ash. The second competitors is Bear Mountain Premium Wood Fuel Pellets, and for Bear Mountain pellets, it is less moisture, and it is less clean up and contain no binding additive. So last but not least, the competitor for this kind of pellets, this kind of business. For power pellet, this is 100% recycled hardwood fiber, and it will help with the burning because it provide consistent burning.
My name is Muhammad Hafiz bin Abdul Basir. Now I'm going to talk about the advantage and disadvantage of our product BIOPELLET. Our product BIOPELLET is made from waste wood, so it is much cheaper than our competitors. Because of that, the material used, the ashes or smoke generated from the burning pellet is much more safer and producing low emission of carbon dioxide. Now, the disadvantage of producing our biopellet, it will cost high amount for owning the machinery to produce the biopellet. Although the high maintenance of the production, the overall quality of the product is superb and safe for the environment. Okay, thank you. Now, I'm going to talk about customer trend canvas. First, we analyze the basic need. The price is reasonable and safer for the environment. What we hope for our product in short term are to reduce the emission of carbon dioxide. The easy packaging for our product make it easier to transport around the world or Asia. What can customer expect for our product when using our product is safe for the environment and our future generation. Our inspiration for our product from using natural material such as waste wood and wood pellet. Okay, dah. We apply the comment from people on how can we get this startup for business. So we make it the product environmental friendly by reduce the emission of carbon dioxide, and also much cheaper. The price is much cheaper than our competitors. Also, we make it easier for transportation. Okay, who is our target market? We sold to the chemical plant for large amount of wood pellet, and to the restaurant who can benefit of using our biopellet in a good use. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Nazifa binti Iskandar, and I'm going to present about more about the new product developments of the wood pellet. So, as we know that before we go to the last step of the new product development, which is commercializations. So, there are a few steps before we go to the commercializations. Okay, first step is about the idea research. What is the idea research? From the idea research, we have do some research about the wood pellet and there are some history and where it comes from, the idea generated. So we have do some survey between the another country into our country that wood pellet is unusually used in Malaysia. So we have idea generated, we have a idea research about the biopellet, and we have do some survey that about the market demand that fossil biopellet wood pellet has been used only for the pet litter and only for the pet bedding that has been used to to the horse, to cat, for the pet litter, for the cat, for the dog, to absorb their odor from the sins of the poop. Okay. Okay, the idea research is come. Okay, the idea research. So we going to change the mindsets of the peoples in Malaysia that we have to use the um you have to use the wood pellet to biopellet to change and to replace the fossil fuel, because we know that fossil fuels is not really they are running out of the resources of the of the fossil fuels. So the biopellet can be changed into the fossil fuel, and less and it has a advantage that have more advantage than the fossil fuel, which is it has more there are no costly and it has a less environmental impact, and then it will reduce our usage of the fossil fuel. Okay, so after the idea research, we go into the research and development, and there comes the idea. When an idea of the biopellet has been created, so we just product the design. So we just sketch design from the 2D to 3D prototype. Then we go to the concept testing. Concept testing is where is we know and we search, we doing some research about the market market trend demands, market trends, customer, and the usage of the customer for the biopellet in Malaysia. Okay, so after concept testing, we go to the build the prototype. So from from the prototype, we have do the some features for the product designs. Okay, based on the product design, we have do some three research, which is the performance, reliability, and durability. So for the performance of the biopellet has been considered in the product designs of the biopellet. So biopellets of the thermal efficiency can be achieved increase more than 80% of the 80%. Besides that, the heating and efficiency also can be achieved to 80 from 80% to the 95%, and also has a lower moisture content, which is a 5% to 10%, that and has a low and also has a high density, which is a 1000 to 1500 kilogram per meter cube. So we touch a little bit about the moisture content, as we do have some research about the wood pellet, another wood pellets, that they are really difficult to make the moisture contents of the wood pellet is lower. So we have used. Okay, so we have used an technology that may be from the um, our process in making in the productions of wood pellet, that can reduce more the moisture contents of the wood pellet, the bio pellet. Okay, so for the reliability, so the BIOPELLET is invented in a small size, but because it can be easily to packaging in the packaging stations and also to transport. Besides that, customer also can get many pieces in 1 kilogram because of the sizes. Furthermore, the size also influence the heat thermal efficiency. Okay, for the durability, which is the last product design and features. So BIOPELLET is invented with a waste wood that can get from any furniture store and also the MBSA or any magic pembandaran in other country, and also the designs are also easy to break into pieces that can make it into be too easily burn. Okay, uh, as we know that to be known that other country which is or other company that has produced a wood pellet, it has been used the sawdust mill sawdust, which is they have to buy from the any wood productions and wood uh, sawdust produce to produce the wood pellet. But BIOPELLET have to use only the waste woods that has been gathered from the roadside uh, to produce a wood pellet. Okay, so next I'm going to explain more about. So we have to sum the prototype and prototype, 2D and 3D design. So we have to use the SketchUp applications to for the drawing, 2D drawing and uh, 3D drawing. Okay, for the test marketing, we have to do a test marketing for about the wood palette by using the Google form, and we have spread it. We have asked it with a few peoples by using the application WhatsApp's applications. Okay. Okay, first questions about the test marketing is, do you know about this wood palette? We have known that the 58% of the peoples are know about the wood pellets, but the 42% are never know about the wood pellets. Okay, there are mostly there are mainly we know that 83% of the people say that they know from various um, locations of. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Okay, this is BioPellet product. We are using the SketchUp applications to draw for the 3D drawing. Okay, firstly, this is the 2D view from the top view. Okay, I will show you for the 3D drawing. Okay, this is the 3D drawing from the side view. From the side view, for the diameter for the BioPellet is 3 millimeter, and the length for the BioPellet is 600 millimeter. Okay, and the color is brown. So thank you. Okay, next, I would like to explain more about the test marketing. So we have do some research using the Google form that we have give to the people by using the WhatsApp applications. There are few questions that we have given to them to asking to answering. So the major questions is about the do you know about the wood pellets, and we have do we have get the result from the result from the expressions, which is there are 58% of the people say that they are know about the wood pellets, but they are not using it because it say that it was less environmental. It was very environmental impact instead of less environmental impact, because they thought that we are going to chop the tree and using the tree the chopper tree to use for the bio pellets. So okay, that's all from me for the test marketing and for the new product development. Okay.
Okay. In conclusion, we can say that the markets for wood pellets have grown in these decades and are expected to continue to develop. In the European Union, countries are the largest, which produce with over 80% of the wood pellet volume in the world. So we are targeting in Asia for the awareness of renewable energy is grow there. They have been trying to apply new techniques to increase their use of renewable energy. So overall, the global consumption of bioenergy will continue to increase in the future to reduce the carbon emission. And our biopellet is really convincing for this purpose.